So I'm sure a lot of you are getting real sick and tired of hearing the same old, "What's up, PokeMoshPit? My name is so-and-so, and here I got a battle against some other guy." And that old same song and dance introduction. So I'm going to go completely off the wall and do something totally different and do what I just did. So wrap your heads around that. Anyways, I would just like to take this opportunity to call to attention the fact of how grateful I am for meeting all the cool people that I've done over the last 6 or 7 months that I've been playing this game. Just because I've hung around some bad places on the internet, and the internet's full of trolls, so that's never a good idea. So I just like to say thank you to all the people who I've met and have been hanging out with for the last little while, because you guys are great. And F all you West Coasters who mess up my sleep cycle. Anyways, this is a battle against one of those really cool, chill people that I've been talking about in GoldRules2. So Gold was a real sport about this, and I told him I wanted to completely build a new NU team, and I wanted him to build a new NU team just so we could mix things up a bit, because I don't like using the same guys over and over and over and over, and I'm sure he doesn't too. So I think the only guy on this team that I've used before is my Glaceon, which I actually used an OU because that thing's a monster. Smogon Sears are just bleh. So anyways, here we go. He's got an Ampharos lead, and I've got my Nidoqueen. I know I can live one of whatever he wants to do, so I'm just going to set my Stealth Rocks, and he hits me with Hidden Power, and it's super effective. So that tells me it is one of three things, one of four things, and he in the chat he's trying his damnedest to convince me that it's HP Psychic. However, I have no reason to doubt that, so I'm going to go to my Slowking, because even if it's super effective against Slowking, like Grass, I should be able to take it just fine, because I do have a ton of special defense, and it turns out it's not very effective, so that tells me it is Ice. And he's still trying to convince me that it's Psychic. Like, no, it's super effective against Nidoqueen and not very effective against this guy. It's Psychic, it's Psychic. And I was like, no, I'm not dumb. Who runs HP Psychic? Anyways, I went for a T-Wave on the Switch, and I get his Meganium. So that's really cool for me, and I'm going to hit him with a Flamethrower. I run Flamethrower over Ice Beam because I do have that Scarf Glaceon kicking around, which is able to hit things a lot harder. Anyways, I get the Parahax on turn 1, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for when I go for Thunder Wave. I'm hoping that I can paralyze him. So I'm going to go for my second Flamethrower, and he gets paralyzed again. So right here, that's when my bullshit alarm goes off, and I realize, well, that's not fair at all. I don't want to win like that. So I tell him in the chat I'm going to go for another T-Wave. Just do what you gotta do. And he actually gets Parahaxed again, so that's 20% chances in a row. That's some long odds. So I tell him, okay, one more time, I'm gonna go for Thunder Wave, and fortunately this time he breaks through. He gets his move off, and now the battle can progress as normal. I'm going to switch out to my Licky Licky because I don't want to stick around with, Leech Seed on me. And he actually switches out too. He goes right back into Ampharos. I don't know if he predicted this or whatnot, but he I don't know. Anyways, he's going to go for a Focus Blast. I went for Wish because I just wanted to see what he wanted to do, and I'm not sure what item he's holding yet either. He seems to be a more offensive set considering how much damage he did to Nidoqueen. And ouch, 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 that did a ton to me. Thankfully I went for the Wish now, because now I'll be able to protect and get all my HP back. But because of the amount of damage it did, and the fact that I do have some special defense, that tells me he is specs. Plus the fact he's not getting any lefties gain, that tells me he's not the wall variant at least. So I am 99.9% sure he's specs, unless he's like Expert Bell or something. So I'm going to go into my Archibald, my Slowking. He's with another Focus Blast, and this is the defining moment. Is he specs? Is he, Expert Belt? Because I'm pretty sure that if he went for Thunderbolt here, he'd be able to take me out. Thankfully, I'm right, he is specsed. And he goes into Entei. I just went for a Slack Off here. Because, he could have went for Focus Blast again, and then I would have been at half health, and I don't want to be at less than half health with this thing. Because I know I'm going to have to tank a hit late game, because of, I've played Gold before, and I know his style. He goes for Flarelets here, predicting the switch, I guess. I don't know, I guess I predicted him to stay in and go for an attack, but, I'm not really sure what he's thinking there. I guess he predicted Licky Licky, but that thing's physically bulky and at 3/4 HP anyways, so I'm not really sure what he was going for there. Anyways, I hit it with a Surf, and that's going to be able to take it out because of the recoil he put on himself, and because I do have some special attack on this thing. Anyways, I know that Zangoose is Scarfed. I go to Nidoqueen just to confirm confirm this feeling, because I know he won't be able to hit me again and kill me unless he switches moves, and thankfully for me, he does switch, so I'm able to get up a layer of Toxic Spikes. And right here, I'm just going to fodder off my Nidoqueen, go for an Earthquake, and he actually sets up a Calm Mind, so I'm able to get a very powerful hit off on this thing. It's not going to be enough to KO it, but it is a good hit, and good hits are awesome. He's going to be able to kill me on the second turn, and that's when I've got to decide, what do I want to go to? I could go to Slowking, but then he'd have Shadow Ball, and I don't want to take a +1 Shadow Ball because that would really hurt. I could go to my Dodrio, which has Quick Attack, and be able to hit it with a priority move, which would probably KO it. Stat priority, yeah, probably. So that's what I end up doing. That's probably my best option. And I do force him to switch, and he goes into his Gligar. And I was totally unaware up until this point that I was battling Scott. So my Quick Attack does next to nothing to that Gligar, and I've got to switch out. I go right back into my Licky Licky, hoping to absorb maybe a Toxic or something, but he's not buying any of that. He just goes for a Stealth Rock. So this Licky Licky does have Heal Bell, so I'm not too worried if it gets Toxic. And I guess he's afraid of, I don't know, Power Whip. He's going to go into Meganium, hopefully to wall that hit, and he's going to... I'm just going to set my Wish. Now my plan is go to Glaceon. Because he has Rocks up, I'm going to be able to pass the Wish to it and get up to full health despite the quarter damage. And he just goes for Toxic, and that really stinks. But not so much because, you know, I do have the stupid Licky Licky with Heal Bell, and it's a sweeper anyway. It's supposed to like hit and get out, or hit and hit and just one hit KO everything, so Toxic never really gets a chance to rack up on it. He goes into Ampharos, and because of the rocks and because Ice Beam is stab and so powerful, I'm going to be able to easily 2-hit KO this thing. I am going to be faster because I'm Scarf and he's Specs, and that's going to be a good game for the Ampharos, so see you later. So now he's got options. I think he goes into Zangoose here because he's Scarfed and he's definitely faster, and I've got to switch out to something to die. I honestly thought he'd go for Close Combat because it would be super effective against like 3 of my guys that I got left. So I go to Dodrio here with the intention of eating Close Combat and then either hitting him with Quick Attack or Enduring, because then I'd be able to get my Pitaya boost and be able to, or my Salic boost, sorry, and be able to just sweep from there with Flail. But unfortunately, that's not the case. He went for Return, which was a great play. And now I'm in deep crap because that thing can potentially sweep me. So I go to my Hitmonchan and I absolutely have to bluff the Mach Punch. So that's what I do, and he buys it. It's awesome. And right now, Hitmonchan, like I do have Ice Punch, so I will be able to take out this Gligar eventually. It's just a matter of when and how much I want to stall. So I know that if I want to take out that stupid Zangoose, because I lost my priority, I'm going to have to either have a sub up when I kill this thing, or I'm going to have to stat boost a whole bunch, get like 3 bulk ups up, and then maybe be able to live a Close Combat or a Return or something. But because this Gligar is so powerful, I didn't expect it to do that much, but I guess I don't have any real defense in this thing because it's supposed to bulk up a few times. So I just went for my bulk up here. I'm definitely in a spot though. I'll be able to kill this Gligar, I know that, and then he'll be able to come with Espeon or, you know, Zangoose and be able to outspeed me. So it's really just a matter of who gets the 1 turn of initiative, and he's definitely in the driver's seat at this point. I'm just going to go for Ice Punch, say screw Drain Punch, I'm just going to kill you, I don't really care. I could have bulked up again and probably lived another Earthquake after lefties, and then, you know, Drain Punched, gotten HP back, etc. But, you know, that's just too stally. I didn't really want to do that. So in comes the Espeon, and it's going to be able to outspeed, obviously, and Psychic, obviously. But because of the Stealth Rock and Poison and Life Orb, he's going to go down as well. So right here, this is my only chance. I gotta go into the only guy that I think can live a hit from the Zangoose. So I go to my Slowking. I have 0 defensive E's in this thing, and this is it. It comes down to whether or not I can live this hit. He goes for Night Slash. It's super effective. That just made me like, that's really gonna be close. And oh my god, I barely lived at 21 HP. You know, Slowking is a monster. I really just applauded it after this, and like, thank you so much for living that hit. I do get a Paralyze on it, and that's what I wanted to go for because I'm not even sure that a Surf would have KO'd it. And by the way, it's hilarious how he's still faster. So I go to my Scarf Glaceon. I know I'm gonna be faster now because I do have my own Scarf, and he's paralyzed, and I'm going to be able to Ice Beam it to death because it has 0 defense pretty much. So I'm hurt by poison, and all he's got left is this Meganium, which is going to take a super effective hit from Ice Beam, and that is going to be good game. So I want to thank you a ton, Gold, for building a whole new team and playing me with it on such short notice at that. So both of our channels will be in the description below, so I encourage you, if you like this battle, to go check us out. He posts battles too, and he's actually really good at it as well. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't enjoy this video, then you probably also don't enjoy things like kittens and unicorns and rainbows. And I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll get to see you all later.